first set out our strategic plan on how we wanted to grow the company, where we wanted to take the company in the next 5 to 10 years, we looked at our current capabilities, and what we found was one of the fastest growing customers that we had was in the plant-based industry. And when we did a really deep dive into plant-based, and we saw that plant-based was the future of food, for many reasons. How do you feed a world of 10 billion people? How do you do it with less arable land? And how do you do that in a way that's friendly to the environment? Because the problem is that the food system is 1/3 of global emissions. So I think one of the great things about having a very aggressive 3-year planning cycle is we are always thinking about what could disrupt our business, how can we solve problems that we currently have, how can we grow our business. And so fortunately, 2021 to 2023 was about resiliency. How can we better sell our product? How can we better distribute our product? How can we better manufacture our product from an efficiency perspective and a resiliency perspective? And so we had always planned to aggressively diversify into e-commerce. We had always planned to have factories in different regions around the world so that we wouldn't have to ship product across the water. And because of COVID, we didn't actually have to change any of our plans because e-commerce came, right? Number two now is regionalized production. Everybody wants it because they don't want to have one centralized production center in one country. And because of supply chain and logistic problems, they don't want to ship containers across the water. So everybody wants in-region production. So fortunately, COVID has actually validated our business model and our strategy. So I think a very good CEO has to do a few things. So number one, he has to be bold, right? Bold in the face of criticism, bold in the face of uncertainty, right? Bold in the face of the potential to fail. The key role of the CEO is basically vision, and getting stakeholders, whether it's internal or external, right, to buy into that vision. That's extremely important. The second role of a CEO, and the role that is very important, is resource allocation and corporate governance. And that's something that a CEO must do very, very well. And I would say the last and most important role of the CEO is culture. So developing a culture within the organization that basically drives the organization to move forward. And so I think those are the best traits, and those are the key things that I try to do as CEO of the company. I think the CEO needs to be the person who also makes that key decision and then drives it forward. I would say the second for a CEO is, as I'd like to share, is you have to do the research. You have to do your homework, right? And so you cannot shoot from the gut, shoot from the hip, for example, all the time, right? So being bold has to come with data. The CEO now, the most important, I think, decision that a CEO needs to make, right, is what is the environmental footprint of his business in the next 10 years? I think what's going to happen is because of what is happening with regards to climate change, industries will be disrupted, industries will be shut down, new industries will grow, right? And you're either in one of those three segments, right? And so you have to make a decision, right? Climate change may not matter today, but it's going to matter a lot in 10 years, whether you like it or not. And I think a lot of people just don't understand the risk that climate change poses, or the opportunity to companies today. And so they have to make that bold decision today. So I'm very honored and excited to receive this award. I think oftentimes having an award is great, but then having an award where it's based on an impact that we've had is very exciting, and I feel very honored.